First of all, believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself, but to be humble.
It's very easy to say believe in yourself.
Yeah.
It's very
believe
complicated.
in yourself and what you want to do.
I made millions and I'm not able to believe in myself, as you tell.
Well, who made the millions?
I made the millions.
So why don't you did it already?
I don't
Why
know.
don't believe in yourself?
I'm telling you, it's very hard to feel inside that I'm good enough.
Well, I felt that was, I guess, you know, the drive to get there in the first place can come from this feeling of not good enough or lack or something like that. So probably I used some of that along with anger to drive, to fuel this obsession to where I want to get. But I feel I'm in a place now where I feel very comfortable with myself. And yes, I was the best bodybuilder in the world for 6 years. But I can't fix a light bulb. You know, I'm useless at some things. So, you know, I don't look down on other people and think I'm better. I'm better at bodybuilding than you, for sure. Yeah, I know that. But does it make me somehow a better person than you? No, we're all coming from the same place, I believe. You know, we're all equal in a way. And everybody has their strengths and their weaknesses. I was just very good at one thing, so I use this to try to remain humble and use my position now to help other people, help elevate them, help them believe in themselves, help them have a better life. And that's what makes me happy now when people come to me and say, Dorian, you told me this, or I heard you speak about this, or you helped me with my training and my diet, and now I feel like a totally different person, and I'm not depressed anymore, and my kids respect me now, and all these feedback that I get of people. This is rewarding. Now I'm trying to give back, not just, if bodybuilding was totally for me. You know what I mean? It's a very selfish pursuit. You know, it's about your body and your rest and your food and everything like that. So now I'm seeing things from a different point of view, and I achieved my goal in life that I wanted to achieve. I'm very proud of it and happy about that. So I think I feel very fulfilled in that aspect. Like, I don't really need to prove anything to anybody, including myself at this point.
What's the difference between saving people and helping people? You told me you want to help people.
Yeah, help them because...
Don't you think you try in your subconscious to save them in a way? Because you weren't able to save your father?
I don't think so. I just want to help people, and with my knowledge that I have, I feel a little bit frustrated sometimes because I see people going to the gym and making efforts, and they're not getting the reward because they're not doing it properly. So that, you know, in effect, they're wasting their time. You know, you're wasting 4 hours a week already. You could be doing something productive with that. I can train you for twice a week and you will develop much better than this. So you're already wasting 4 hours a week. So I could save you 4 hours at least. And you know, you can do something else with those 4 hours.
Where should I start? Okay, let's say this is the first moment in my life when I'm entering the gym. What should I do first? But not technical.
No, learn
for my mind maybe.
Well, you have to have some goals. What do you want to? Why are you coming to the gym?
I have it. To have, for example, to have not six-pack, but to have 40 centimeters in my hand.
So this is your goal, huh?
Yes,
this is
my goal. Yes.
Okay, so you have a goal, and you're going to figure out how to get there and how long it's going to take you realistically, and to get this goal, 40 centimeters. What are they now? What's your arms now? You want 40? What are they now?
37.
37. So you want 3 more centimeters.
Yes.
We can do this. We can do this in 6 months.
You told me, and I will do it for sure.
We can do it in 6 months.
6 months. Okay.
Yeah, you need to start training more efficiently. You need to train more intense, and you need to train less. And I don't know about your diet, so that's a whole different story. You need to make sure you get enough protein. Make sure you're eating regularly. You should be eating 4 or 5 times a day, and not just sometimes, like every single day.
This is
you
hard.
want this? Yeah, this is hard. You know, I remember a story. A friend of mine, when we were young and we were bodybuilding, I was training for a British championship, and I didn't have any money. You know, all my money is just going on food, my rent, the gym fees, and all this stuff. So it was a big deal that my friend had a friend who had a Ferrari. Like, this was unheard of. Like, oh, look, he's got the Ferrari. And I said, I don't care. He said, what do you mean you don't care? I said, the Ferrari, you can buy it. This 40 centimeters arms, you can't buy this. You've got to put the work in, you've got to do it. You know, so you want something, it has value, you've got to pay the price. This time not in money, this time in dedication and hard work and everything. And you can do it, it just depends if you're prepared to do what it takes, if you have the commitment to do it. And no, you can't miss a meal today because you're too busy. No, if you do this, you're not going to get your goal. So you have to decide, this is what I would have to do to get to this goal. I'll have to go and train very hard 3 times a week. I would have to eat 4 or 5 times a day. I will have to eat at least 200 grams of protein a day, and I will have to do it every single day, and I'll have no excuses. Then you get to your goal. If you don't, then you won't.
Yes, but my brain says to me, it's a sacrifice. You have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice something.
And you want the Ferrari, you have to sacrifice 200,000 euros. If you want the Ferrari, you want the biceps, you have to sacrifice some time and effort. And this is the truth. If you're not prepared to do it, be honest with yourself. I'm not prepared to put in that work. I'd like the 20 centimeter arms, but I'm not prepared to put in the work, so I'm not going to get them. It's up to you. You want it or you don't want it.
What should I do when I feel guilty? It kills me when I feel guilty.
What do you feel guilty about?
Because I've not been into the gym, because I'm not training enough, etc.
But you need to sit down and decide if this is a priority for you or not. You know, it's no good feeling guilty. Like, just sit down and say, do I want to do this, yes or no? Or I'm just going to accept that I do some training and I eat okay and I'll stay how I am. For me, it's logic, it's simple. You make a decision and you do it or you don't do it. And don't, you know, if you commit to doing it and then you don't do it, yeah, then you should feel guilty because you made a commitment for yourself. But you're a guy who's already built a business, you've done many things, so you're inside, you already know the process. You already know if I want to open another restaurant, if I want to open another business, I know what's required. I must spend this much time, I must do this, I must do that. Otherwise my business will fail, right? If you're not taking care of your business, it will fail. If you don't take care of your training, you're not going to reach your goals. So it's a matter of, is this important enough for me to put the time and effort in? And be honest, yes or no. If it's yes, do it, go for it. Cook your meals the night before, 5 meals, put them in boxes, bring them with you. No excuses, I'm too busy, and you know, it requires effort, it requires time, it requires planning.
I can do it, of course, I can do it.
You can do it if you want to do it. It's all a matter of if your desire is enough.
Do you think money is motivation, real motivation?
Yes, because money is a tool to change your life, to give you more freedom. So to a degree, it's a motivation, but in my experience, people that make it their only motivation, they're never happy because money is made of numbers and numbers is never ending. It can keep going, keep going, keep going. So if you're looking, I don't know in Romanian if it makes sense, but in English, you're looking for the gold at the end of the rainbow. You know, you spend your whole life trying to get to the end of the rainbow to find the gold, but you never get to the end of the rainbow and you never find the gold, so you're never happy. So for me, money is, yeah, it's important in this world, but it's enough to have what I want and to provide for myself and, you know, family and to be able to travel. For me, money is just freedom. As long as I can do what I want, go where I want to go, eat what I want to eat, and live what I want to live, beyond that, it has no value.
What's the secret to connect to yourself, to the source in you?
I think this ongoing process to find out who you are, you know, who are you really? That's a lifelong quest, and I feel like maybe I'm getting there now, you know, and I feel good, I feel comfortable who I am and what my role is in this life, in this world right now.
How can we develop our patience? Because when you are trying to become world champion, it doesn't matter the area. You have to be patient.
Well, you have to be patient, but not too patient. You know?
I'm not
A world champion is a huge, you know, if you're just starting out, world champion is a huge thing, a huge goal, and it's so far away. So it's like climbing the mountain, you know? A mountain is so big you can't even see the top, it's in the clouds somewhere. So you have to say, yeah, I want to get to the top of this mountain, which is in the clouds, one day, but how do I get there? I get there by getting to here, you know, base camp. And then from there, I get to there. And plan each step along the way. So you're focusing on these steps, little steps, little steps, little steps, so that one day you get there. If you're sitting at the bottom of the mountain and you say, I want to get there, but come on, look how far away it is. It's in the clouds, I can't even see it. There's no way I'm going to do this. So you have to break it down into steps along the way. And then you reach step one, and you're like, wow, look, I reached step one, I did that. So I can get to two. Two is not so hard, and three, and so on. That's how you get there. If you're just looking at the destination from the beginning, it's overwhelming, really.
And after we arrive on the top of the mountain, we want to move that mountain, to move.
Maybe you should just sit at the top and I'm at the top, you know? Or maybe you're going to find another mountain to climb afterwards. You know?
But why? We are working a lot to touch the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
Work all our life, okay? And finally we arrive there. Why, when we arrive there, we are not able to be happy there?
Because you've got to enjoy the journey. You know, the journey, not just getting there. The journey is the lesson. All along the way, you're learning things, you're developing more character, more knowledge, more strength. Every time you achieve something, you're getting stronger. But you have to also enjoy it, otherwise what's the point, you know? Enjoy your achievements, be proud of your achievements, because you did them for a reason, you know? You opened restaurants because you wanted to open restaurants, so great. I hope it brings you good quality of life and much satisfaction that you've achieved these goals, and you can, you know, be happy inside yourself. Yeah, I give everything and I did a good job, and I think that's rewarding in itself.
What was the importance of animals in your life and
Well, you
in
know,
your success
Yeah,
for life?
I grew up with animals because I grew up on a small farm. We had a few horses and chickens, and I had some ducks and dogs and cats and all that stuff. And then you know, I moved to the city, and I had a couple of dogs, and but I kind of lost touch with it. And then as I've got older now much more connecting back with the animals. I started horse riding again a couple of years ago, which I didn't do since I was 13 years old. So I'm horse riding. I'm involved with local charity in Spain where I live that look after the homeless dogs, and I've been quite a few times to Africa for a safari. I've been gorilla trekking, the mountain gorillas, which is they're very endangered in Uganda and Rwanda. I've been there. So I just love animals, and I love that connection with the animals that they're so, I feel like they're just pure, you know. And I have a dog, I have a cat at home, and in the future maybe I like to get a horse again, and I just love the contact with the animals, the kind of communication and so on. I find them just very pure.
Okay.
You know?
Dorian, what is the city you love the most?
Wow, that's it's difficult. I really love where I live in Marbella in Spain. Cities that I like to visit, it's very difficult to single out one. I like London. I like Amsterdam. I mean, New York is New York. It's an amazing place. And my wife's from Brazil, so we spend some time in Rio, in Brazil. So there's a few places that I really like.
So I want to invite you in one of the most beautiful area in the world, Suceava. Suceava, yes.
Okay, where is that? In Romania, I guess?
Yes, in Romania, of course.
Okay. Can I ride a bike there?
Yes, of course.
All right, then.
You'll love Suceava.
I come ride my
Will
bike
you come
in
there?
Suceava. If I have time, yeah, and you bring me there. I'll come take a look at it, as long as it's not cold.
It's cold, but it's fine. You will
In the
love
summer I come.
it. Okay, thank you a lot for
Thanks for having
being
me on
here.
the show.
Thank you.
Hope people enjoy it.